this year, the Pirates Cup promises to be bigger and better than before. And among the other under-21 soccer teams getting ready to compete is the Blue Crane, a Karoo soccer team, and the first team from the Eastern Cape province to be invited to participate. For more on this, I am joined by Max Solomon, who's the head coach of Frunt Runnaz, an NGO that established this club. A pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. So what inspired you to establish the Frunt Runnaz football club and really focus on youth development in the Blue Crane district?
Thank you very much, Mr. Nhlanhla. Well, what inspired me is the fact that in Somerset East, the youth here, they don't have many opportunities, and football was dying. The only thing that was being played was tournaments. So in 2022, I decided to also join into football, and I started a team with youngsters, and then I started developing those young people. And then I saw the talent amongst our young people in the Blue Crane. The Blue Crane includes Cookhouse, Somerset East, as well as Pearstein, so it's 3 towns under 1 municipality. So when I saw that that this region is filled with talent in terms of football, and that football is like was dying, then we decided to start this team. And then when we started the team, we also, as Frunt Runnaz movement, started a league for under-16s that we started in 2022. Is still running up to today. We self-funded that league for under-16s. And then about 500 kids from different teams, 10 teams from Somerset East, and then 4 teams from Cookhouse joined in, and we played that league. And then, so that's what actually inspired me, because also the kids, they were doing drugs. It was a lot of kids were doing drugs, and there was no sport being played. So hence we started this club, and when we started the club, we could see that the lives of the children now were starting to change. Thank you very much.
Let's speak about that, Max. How do you believe participating in the Pirates Cup will actually impact the lives of these players, considering the lack of similar opportunities in your region?
Thank you very much, sir. Well, the Pirates Cup was always a dream of mine in terms of taking kids to Johannesburg and to participate in such a tournament. I saw the Pirates Cup on the Orlando Pirates fan page on Facebook, where they were sharing links last year, and I was also amazed by the fact that players like Ratomo, they were discovered in that tournament because they are big teams, elite teams that are participating in that tournament. So I told myself that, come 2024, I also want to register my team into that link once Pirates start giving it out on Facebook. So when they did that this year, I applied, and I wasn't really believing that I was going to be selected, since there's a lot of clubs. I think there is about 1,850 clubs that registered for the Pirates Cup, and only 52 of them were selected by the selectors of Orlando Pirates. So we were amongst the 52 that were selected, and to me, that is an inspiration on its own, it's a motivation on its own, because it's giving an opportunity to these youngsters to a point that most of them, they have never been to Johannesburg before, they've never been watched by scouts. So now they are going to have that opportunity to be watched by scouts, to play amongst big name teams. So to me, that is what I think will help improve the lives of these young boys, because most of them, they are coming really from a poor background here in Somerset East. And as you have said, that we have very limited opportunities, especially when it comes to football.
Max, I want to stay with that theme a bit. On a personal level, are you able to share some memorable moments or even challenges that you've encountered while nurturing this crop of talent and really fostering community support through the Frunt Runnaz movement?
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, there have been some challenges we have faced. For example, when you start a football club for the development of young people, one of the things that you encounter is the lack of sponsorship. Because it means now as a coach, you are the owner, you are everything. You have to take money out of your own pocket to buy the kit, to buy balls, to buy training equipment for the kids. But what we did as Frunt Runnaz is we also included parents. We worked hand in hand with parents. I went to all the parents of all the children that are in my team, and I sat down with them and spoke with them in terms of saying, this is what we want to do for your children. So if you can work with us and help us in this regard, then we promise that we will try to create opportunities for your children, because not all of the children are good academically. So one of the reasons why we started Frunt Runnaz movement, which is a non-profit organization, was to cater for those children that are not good enough when it comes to academics. Because what we have seen, especially here in Somerset East, is the fact that most of these young kids or youth or young people, once they get out of school and they don't have options to go to the university or to college, they resort to drugs, they resort to alcohol, and then they end up having nothing. Some of them end up becoming criminals. So that is something that as Frunt Runnaz we want to get rid of. Hence, we also, one of the things that we do is we are not only focusing on sport, but we are also focusing on giving out skills. We have a computer lab at a school called Johnson Mongoza, where we give out computer-related skills to kids that do not have options to go to the university, to give them those skills. And we also have a financial market, because we are also involved in the financial markets like Forex. So we teach them for free, those kids, in terms of saying, okay, this is also something that you can do, because not all of them can play soccer or rugby or whatever. So we try to cater in all levels as the movement in terms of giving skills to the kids.
Well, Max, Godspeed to you for all the amazing work that you're doing within that region. That's our guest, Max Solomon. He's the head coach of the Frunt Runnaz movement.